Hi there, everyone. Welcome to this new video on current affairs. Today, we're going to look at people. Okay, the topic people. When talk about people, this is a very important topic uh, for the matter that for the fact that it is asked in almost every exam. That's one. Secondly, the number of questions are also a bit uh, substantial. For example, like around 2 to 3 questions can be expected in each and every exam, whether it is IFT with 20 questions, ZAT with 25 questions, test with 60 questions, or MyCAT with 35 questions. People is a very important topic. Uh, Depending on the number of questions, the portion of people could be a bit here and there, but 2 to 3 is what you can go ahead with, which means just like we have got business or we have got awards, people is also a very important topic. Okay, that's one. Secondly, there is a misconception, or rather, should not say misconception, but uh, more of a generic understanding about people that uh, the people who are from the business world or in politics or in sports are more important, right? uh, don't go ahead with only such a perspective. What's really important is to also look at people who have been in the news even for just one day, even for one day. You need to understand how a paper setter would be setting the questions. For the person, popular stories is not something with which he or she can differentiate, okay, amongst the people, like the candidates. So some stories that should be followed but are generally not followed are asked. Fine. You will understand what I'm talking about in just a while when we are going to look at the PPT here. Okay. Uh, However, I would just say that when talk about stories, just don't go with people who are or who have made a round in the news. Rather, also look at those that have been of importance to the country. By important, I'm talking about the task that they have done because of which they were in the news is for national significance. At least this is what we can go ahead with. Okay. Right now, I'm going to straight away talk about the presentation here, and we are going to start in just a few seconds now. Okay. So it's just going to start. Let's just hold on. Yeah. Yes, here we are. Okay, so this person, Sonu Sood, we all know him, right? We have heard about him, we have seen his movies, and we also know why he has been in the news uh, for quite some time now, for the amazing work that he has done during the pandemic, right? The help that he has provided to the migrants. We have all seen the plight of these migrant workers and what all he has done. So why am I talking about it here again? Okay, it's because this guy has now gone one step ahead and started with a Pravasi Rozgar app. Okay, he has launched this app recently. Now, Pravasi means migrant, right? So, Pravasi Rozgar app is focusing on one, the migrant workers. That's pretty obvious. Secondly, to provide jobs. Okay, uh, and already there are 500 companies that have registered. Companies providing jobs in various sectors like engineering, plumbing, electrical work, or many other jobs, right? Which would be largely for those who migrated, right? A very good initiative. And now we need to understand the kind of question that could be asked. Either the question could be about an app that was launched by Sonu Sood because he has been doing the rounds in the media, right? So the answer would be Pravasi Rozgar app. It could be about for who, for for what kind of people is this app, right? So again, the answer would be migrant workers. This is a pretty uh, easy question, right? or a Pravasi Rozgar app that was launched by who? So in that option we can have even Narendra Modi, or even the commerce minister, right? And another name would be Sonu Sood. So we need to be careful about the kind of questions that could be asked in the exam. Now moving forward, Mahinda Rajapaksa. Now this person has been in the political arena for quite some time. Okay, for a lot of years now, and those who have been reading the international stories would be pretty much aware of him. Okay, he is the former president of Sri Lanka. Fine, pretty active even as the president, and now he is the former president. So what is the significance now? The significance is that he is the current prime minister of Sri Lanka. So he's recently won the elections, right? And now a brief on what exactly happened was that he was a member of Sri Lanka Freedom Party, right? Though this is the party that he was heading, and due to some issues, the party split. He formed another party called as Sri Lanka Pedujana Perumuna. Okay, Sri Lanka Pedujana Perumuna is another party that he uh, created, and under this party, this man has won the elections, right? So he's the current prime minister of Sri Lanka, and he took the oath in a Buddhist temple. Now, this is really important to know. Why? Because in the article uh, 7 or 9, I believe 9 of Sri Lankan constitution, they have adopted Buddhism as the official religion. And it is even in the constitution itself, it has been mentioned uh, that government has to protect the religion. Fine. So why am I talking about this? Is because we may think uh, quite bad about India, that we are a highly politicized or highly communal uh, country. We should look across the world, all over the world, and we will realize that India is pretty good, no matter what the peoples like Hindu or Indian Express might talk about. Anyways, that's my perspective. Moving forward, Ranil Wickremesinghe. Again, what is this? Ranil Wickremesinghe is the former Prime Minister of Sri Lanka, right? So Mahinda Rajapaksa has taken over from Ranil Wickremesinghe. Fine. Moving forward, Injeti Srinivas, a very important person, right? Injeti Srinivas. What is he important for? This guy is the first chairman of IFSCA. Now, again, IFSCA is also a new organization. That is why the first chairman itself. International Financial Services Center Authority. It requires, like this term requires a bit of discussion here. Uh, have you heard of a gift city? GIFT. That is Gandhinagar. Now, what is GIFT? GIFT is Gujarat International Finance Tech City. Okay, Gujarat International Finance Tech City, Gift City. What is the significance? What am I talking about? Okay, let's take a look. IFSCA has been formed recently. That's one. Secondly, IFSCA has its headquarters at Gandhinagar. So it is headquartered at Gandhinagar. Okay, that's one. Gandhinagar was created into Gujarat International Finance City, which is related to IFSCA. Let us now look at what exactly is IFSCA. This concept has been doing the round for quite some time, but in 2007, it was advised by the international bodies to create Mumbai as the International Financial Services Center. Okay, I will come to that, what exactly it is, but it was suggested that to create Mumbai as the International Services Center. Mumbai right now is not the International Services Center. Why? Because it was suggested in 2007, but after 2008, uh, not the terror attack, but the uh, financial crisis across the world, uh, opening up a city or a country to such an extent was not advised, and that's why the entire plan to start with Mumbai, it stopped there. Now we had Gandhinagar, okay, as a new city, as the first city. Fine. Now what does it do? International Financial Services Center. It caters to customers outside the jurisdiction of the domestic economy. Now what does it mean? It means that people who are not within India, right? It helps them to deal with the flow of funds, right? So, for example, Singapore, London, New York, we also have Dubai. These are international financial centers, which means people can invest in, people can, raise the funds. They can, choose these cities for their wealth management. Technically, creating a city as a center for financial transactions. Do you get it here? For example, if somebody has to look at a risk management analysis, right? For example, I want to invest, let's say, 100 crore in XYZ sector. I need to do a management analysis of that. I may either choose certain companies like Deloitte, etc., or I may actually go to International Financial Services Center and ask them to do a risk management analysis so that they would be able to give me a better understanding as to when, where, which sector I need to invest in. So it acts as a center of financial services within that country itself or in that region also, not just the particular country. Okay. So outside the jurisdiction of the domestic economy. So right now, because like Dubai, New York, etc., they are quite open in their working. India is not so much. So that is why there are certain norms under which IFSC has to work. Okay. So as I've already mentioned here, dealing with flows of finance, financial products, services across borders. Somebody has to invest in India, can go through IFSCA and can get a better advice. Okay. Andrzej Duda or Duda, I am not really sure of the pronunciation there. This person is the current president of Poland. Okay, such stories are also important because we do miss out on these kind of countries. Right? We usually look at US, Saudi Arabia, China, Japan, and London for that matter, but we do not go ahead with countries like Poland. Now, why am I even talking about Poland? Is because in this pandemic time, there are quite a few countries that have held elections, like national level elections. Iraq was one. Okay, Sri Lanka, as we just saw, is another. Poland is also there, right? So, Andrzej Duda is a president of Poland. The tenure for his presidentship would be 5 years, and this is his second time back to back. So he was the president of Poland, he won the elections, and now he's going to continue for 5 more years. Okay. KK Venugopal. Now you might have heard about him, seeing him for the first time for many. Who exactly is he? KK Venugopal is the current Attorney General of India. Okay, we'll discuss what exactly is Attorney General. He has been reappointed, which means that he was the Attorney General. Government asked him, requested him rather, to continue for some more period. Mukul Rohatgi was the former Attorney General, which means before KK Venugopal, it was KK Venugopal because that is how it is counted, When we talk about how many presidents or prime ministers were there, if there is one person who was made the prime minister the second time, it's counted as, let's say, 15th and 16th, the same person. Okay. So before KK Venugopal's previous tenure, we had Mukul Rohatgi as the Attorney General. After Mukul Rohatgi, KK Venugopal took over. Now he has been again chosen to continue as the Attorney General. What is this position? This position is a representative of the government of India in the courts. largely Supreme Court. Fine. For example, there are a lot of cases that go against the government. It could be either a state versus the government of India, like it could be Maharashtra versus the Union of India. It could be one person. For example, somebody can file a case against the center for rolling out GST. Okay, so it could be that particular person versus the Union of India or the government of India. In such cases, the person who represents the government in Supreme Court is called as the Attorney General. Okay, Attorney General has got a subordinate, and the subordinate is called as the Solicitor General. Fine. Attorney General is also called as the first law minister. Sorry, not the law minister. My bad. The first law officer of the country. Okay, the first law officer of the country. K. Sanjita Chanu. She looks like a sports person, right? And some of you might have heard about her. Which sports category is she from? Like which sports? Weightlifter. So she is a weightlifter. Why is she in the news? There is no sport that's going on. Is because she has been awarded with Arjuna Award for 2018. Now, what is this controversy? The thing is, Arjuna Award was given to her, was accorded to her in 2018. Okay, but doping charges were leveled against her by WADA, World Anti-Doping Agency. Okay, so WADA in 2018 itself, the year where she won a gold medal in Commonwealth Games, right? For the second time in 2014 she won the Commonwealth gold, and in 2018 also she won the Commonwealth gold. However, WADA said that there is the lab which does the testing of the dope amount or the drugs or the medicines that are taken by a sports person was itself flawed. Like the company, the lab was not correct, and under that, Sanjita Chanu was charged with doping. Recently, International Weightlifting Federation has pronounced that the doping charges are removed. Fine, so she has cleared the doping charges, and that is why she would be given her Arjuna Award back. So this entire controversy can be asked in IIFT. They can talk about, name the person who was awarded with the Arjuna Award and doping charges were leveled, has won gold medal. Name the person. Do we get it? When we talk about comprehensive or other comprehension based questions in GK, especially in IIFT, that is how the comprehension based questions are. Okay, let's continue. Satyarup Siddhanta. Now, this guy looks like a mountaineer, and rightfully he is a mountaineer. Why is he in the news? Because he has made his name appear in the Limca Book of Records. What has he done? He's the first Indian to climb volcanoes. Now, volcanoes is not a big feat to achieve. There are many people who have done it, but the highest in all the 7 continents, like Mount Kilimanjaro in Africa, okay, Mount Damawana, something like that, in Asia. So he has climbed all the 7 volcanoes, the highest volcanoes in each continent. He's the first Indian, right? Also, he's the world's youngest person to climb all the summits, all these 7 summits in 7 continents, like the highest peaks. The youngest person, world's youngest person, and of course, India's first. Okay, Satyarup Siddhant is from Kolkata, but has been living in Bangalore. Okay, first Indian, so he's the first. He's the world's youngest person to climb all 7 summits and 7 volcanic summits also. A name that we all should remember. Fine. Okay. Sanna Marin. Now, she looks like either a model or an actress, but she is into politics in Finland. Okay, that's one. So she's Finnish. Now, she is a member of Social Democratic Party. She has been a transport minister there. Okay, but why is she in the news? It's because she is the youngest ever prime minister of Finland. She is just 34. Okay, she is the youngest ever prime minister, not only of Finland but otherwise also in the world. She is the youngest ever prime minister. Earlier, there was a prime minister of Ukraine. Okay, uh, he was 36 when he became the prime minister. Now the person is not the prime minister anymore. But when he was 36, he became the prime minister of Ukraine. Sanna Marin has become the prime minister of Finland at the age of 34. Okay. Radha Krishna Mathur, a very important name. He has been juggling, like, I would not say juggling, but shifting many positions, important positions. Uh, and now, where is he? So he's a bureaucrat, right? He is currently the lieutenant governor of Ladakh, right? He is the current lieutenant governor of Ladakh. And when was the entire thing happened? Like the uh, Union Territory of Jammu Kashmir and Ladakh, 31st of October 2019. Okay. A thing about Ladakh is that it shares its high court with Jammu and Kashmir. Fine. So this information itself is good enough. The Lieutenant Governor of Ladakh is Radha Krishna Mathur. Fine. Manoj Sinha is the new Lieutenant Governor of Jammu and Kashmir. We all might have read this news or heard about it. Earlier it was GC Murmu. Okay, GC Murmu is now, like, he was the first Lieutenant Governor of Jammu and Kashmir, and now he is the 14th CAG, Comptroller and Auditor General. We'll discuss about that later. But GC Murmu is now the CAG, and the new Lieutenant Governor of Jammu and Kashmir is Manoj Sinha. Manoj Sinha has been a Minister of State for Communication and also of Railways. Okay, thank you. And let's take a look at a few other things. Okay, so I hope that you are uh, following all that's being discussed, and all the videos that I have made, I have always tried to uh, keep them as informative, but within the uh, you know the reach of us remembering the information. Right? I didn't want to give you a 1 hour long video wherein it becomes tiring also and difficult to recall. Right? I've tried to bring in images, and as per the feedback, I started with topic wise uh, uh, discussion. In case there is any uh, suggestion you guys have, please feel free to write in or just send a message. You all have my number. Okay, and as I said earlier, we are going to start with two uh, series on YouTube, all for you guys. One is the a new chat show, right? So I'm going to talk to uh, some people from the industry, uh, and try to understand how do they spend their life, like like a professional life. What is a typical day for them? And second is a quiz show. So, like, the quiz would be from me to you, right? And we'll see how we perform the quiz. So we're going to start with both these things this weekend, Saturday and Sunday. Fine. And in between, if you've got any suggestions, any ideas, please drop in a message. Fine. And I hope that you are enjoying all the videos, because GK, as I have been saying, is not a serious business. It is something which has to be studied in a fun way, right? In simple manners, in short durations, rather than going for a long period of you sitting in front of either a laptop or computer, like a book, or and mugging things up. It's more important that we discuss things. You watch certain videos for short durations, and that's it. And I can only hope that the videos are beneficial. I'm at least trying from my side. Thank you. Bye bye.